Welcome to An Apple a Day, a podcast, a resource, a community. Share your experiences and learn from others as we overcome barriers and learn to live a happy, healthy life with a disability. Welcome to the community. Here's your host, Jimmy Apple.
Welcome to another episode of An Apple a Day. I'm your host, Jimmy Apple. How you feeling today, my friends? You feeling good? You feeling strong? You feeling better than you did yesterday? Excellent. You can't ask for better than that. Hey, have you checked out our second episodes on Wednesdays? They started a couple of weeks ago. I have a co-host on Wednesdays, Erin Fernandez. She's from the website That Vegan Disabled Gal. She's a very nice person. You have to check us out every Wednesday. So, what's going on in your life? Is everything going good? Have you been keeping up with your medications? Excellent. That's what you have to do. I want to remind you, An Apple a Day is brought to you by www.famousapple.com. Famousapple.com is the home site for this podcast. So if you get a minute, go over there, check it out. That's all new. I told you we were making some changes on An Apple a Day. www.famousapple is all new. So go over there, check it out. While you're tripping around the web, make sure you check out famousapple.com/group. That's our group page on Facebook, and that's called Living with a Disability. There's a lot of activity going over there. You'll find a lot of the show notes for the podcast, both episodes, on famousapple.com/group. Now, you can also go to famousapple/ That Vegan Disabled Gal. That's Erin Fernandez Facebook group. And you can find out more about Erin. And you'll also find out more about the Wednesday show on Erin's page also. So if you're tripping around the web, you got a lot of places to go. Listen, today I'm talking about COVID-19. Now, I've told you several times that it's not over. And the vaccines, the shots, they're great and everything, but they're just another weapon in your quiver. You know, people seem to think that the vaccine is a silver bullet and it's going to protect you against everything. Well, we're finding out, my friends, that it's not true. It's not true, especially with this new Delta variant that's out there. This is a killer. In Israel, they found out that the Pfizer vaccination is almost useless against the Delta variant. That was in the news just yesterday, on Saturday, July 17th. It was in the New York Post. Israel said that the Pfizer vaccine is just about useless against the Delta variant. Now, I'm no doctor, so don't take my word for it. And that was in Israel. But I'm just saying, there's all this news out there, and we're going to get to a lot of it today because there's so many big changes happening right here in the U.S. that you have to know about. And it's no time to say, oh, the pandemic's over. It's not over. I've been saying it since January that this is a cold weather bug. And you know what? It's coming back. This Delta variant doesn't seem to care whether it's cold weather, warm weather, or hot weather. We're seeing big changes right now, and you have to be prepared for it. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So sit back, relax, and we're going to jump right into it. By a show of hands, please raise your hand if you're still wearing a mask out in public. I'm guessing that's not too many. I know I do. My wife does. I know several friends that do. But that's not that many out there. Can I ask you why? Why don't you wear the mask? Don't give me this thing that you're vaccinated. Vaccinations are not a silver bullet. That's been proven over and over and over. The vaccinations aren't a silver bullet. Why would you not wear the mask? And don't tell me the pandemic's over. It's not, because people are dying still every day. The numbers are on their way up again in this country. And I'm not telling you what's happening in other countries because you can see it yourself. What's happening though is the news isn't telling you what's happening here. They're telling you what's happening in India. And I'm not being facetious. It's terrible what's happening in India. Thousands of people are dying. They tell you that on the news, but they don't tell you what's happening here in America. They gloss over it because they don't want to worry anybody. But it's a time to worry. The pandemic isn't over. It's getting worse. The numbers are going back up again. Hospitalizations are going back up again. Deaths are going back up again. Yes, it's true. All right? What's happening in India is terrible. What's happening in Pakistan is terrible. What's happening in Australia is terrible. Do you know that they're closing down countries again? They're limiting travel into countries again. A lot of countries aren't even letting England come into their countries because of the Delta variant. Doesn't this sound like 2020 all over again? Starting all over again? This Delta variant doesn't care. Back in January, I was saying this is a cold weather virus. Well, you know what? The Delta variant doesn't care whether it's cold, warm, or hot. Now, I've got news from this week, right here in the U.S. that I'm going to share with you today. 3 different carts that I'm going to share with you today about right here in the U.S. Do you know that we're coming back with mask mandates here in the U.S.? That's right. That's right. And people here are so foolish. They're saying there's no scientific evidence to back this up. People are dying. You get these people that are saying it's inconvenient to wear a mask. It's inconvenient to wear a mask. Is it more convenient to die? And they're saying, well, I'm vaccinated. The vaccination is just a weapon that you have to fight this. It's a weapon in your quiver. It's not a be-all and end-all. It's not the silver bullet that you're believing it is. It doesn't make you Superman against the villain virus. The villain virus is going to get you whether you had the vaccination or not. Don't be fooled. The one thing that was protecting us was the mask, but people find it uncomfortable. Are you adults or children? You know, the children were doing it. The children were wearing the masks. The children were acting like adults. It's the adults that have been acting like children. I've never seen such nonsense. The mask can save you. I just don't understand. Grown adults saying, I have to get back out to a restaurant. I have to get back out to a bar. This is what you find important in your life? I want you to listen to these and see what you think. I want to put these out there for you. That's what I have them here for today. So sit back and listen to it. This first one is from July 13th this week.
The number of daily new COVID-19 infections has shot up almost 50% in the United States amid the spread of the highly contagious Delta variant, with rises even recorded in states with high vaccination rates, data shows. The U.S. on Tuesday recorded an average of 19,455 new cases per day over the last 7 days, up 47.5% from the previous week, according to a USA Today analysis of data from Johns Hopkins University. But deaths from the pandemic have continued to dip nationwide, down about 25%, to an average of 154 during the most recent 7-day period, down from 205 the prior week, according to the Centers for Disease Control. New COVID hospital admissions, however, have climbed. The 7-day average for the week ending Sunday was 2,507, up from 1,996 over the prior 7-day period, the CDC said. A total of 43 states have seen an increase in infections from the previous week. Over the past 2 weeks, cases have also been rising in some states with high vaccination rates, such as New York, Vermont, and California, all of which have fully vaccinated at least 62% of their adult residents, according to data. Dr. Jennifer Nuzzo, with the Johns Hopkins Center for Health Security, said the spread in highly vaccinated states is worrisome. Anywhere there are pockets of low vax coverage is at risk, she wrote on Twitter. Several states, including Arkansas, Florida, Iowa, Missouri and Oklahoma, have recorded double the number of new infections compared to a month ago, it's reported. Unfortunately, looking at what's happening in individual states, I do worry we will continue to see national numbers increase, Nuzzo said. The troubling numbers come as highly contagious variants, such as the Delta strain, spread across the U.S. The emergence of the Delta variant is going to mean for those areas with low rates of vaccination that they're very much at risk to see significant increases in transmission, with potentially even exponential growth, according to the Director of Policy Lab at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia.
So that news is from July 13th from New York. The next one comes on July 15th from News from California. Okay, so take a listen to this next one.
As COVID cases rise, mask mandate in Los Angeles returns. Los Angeles County will reimpose its mask mandate on Saturday, July 17, in the latest sign that public health officials are struggling with an alarming rise in coronavirus cases tied to the highly contagious Delta variant. The county, home to 10 million people and the nation's second-largest city, Los Angeles, is one of several jurisdictions to recommend or mandate wearing masks, or other pandemic restrictions, in recent days as cases rise to worrisome levels in many parts of the United States. We're requiring masking for everyone while indoors at public settings and businesses, regardless of vaccination status, so that we can stop the increased level of transmission we're seeing, the Los Angeles County Department of Public Health said. The announcement follows 6 straight days of more than 1,000 new COVID-19 cases reported in Los Angeles County, with nearly 400 people hospitalized with COVID-19 as of Wednesday, July 14, up 275 from the week before. 9 new COVID-19 deaths were reported on Wednesday, July 14. More than 1,500 new infections were reported on Thursday, July 15, and the county has become a place of substantial transmission, based on criteria set by the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC), the Los Angeles County Health Officer said. Other California counties and other states are also grappling with a spike in coronavirus cases, led by a mutation of the coronavirus known as the Delta variant, and predominantly affecting people who are unvaccinated. Also on Thursday, Sacramento and Fresno counties, in California, recommended that masks be worn indoors, even by people who are vaccinated. Austin, Texas, on Thursday, urged people who are not vaccinated, or are otherwise high risk, to avoid travel, indoor gatherings, dining out, and shopping, and to wear masks. Earlier this week, Yolo County, in California, also recommended indoor masking, and in Springfield, Missouri, children and teachers have been required to wear masks during summer school. Everyone, including those who are vaccinated, should be aware of high-risk situations including being indoors, in crowds, and around unvaccinated, and unmasked individuals, and consider wearing a face covering in these settings, said Fresno County public health physician. Data from the CDC show high levels of coronavirus transmission in numerous states, including Missouri, Mississippi, Florida, Nevada and Utah. Across the country, health officials urged residents, who have not yet done so, to become vaccinated. Vaccines are approved, and available for all people, as young as 12 years old. In Los Angeles County, just 0.09% of new cases were among people who had been vaccinated, officials said. Our best protection against COVID-19 continues to be the vaccine, said Sacramento County Public Health Officer. We urge all eligible residents to get vaccinated in order to protect themselves, and their family and friends.
Now that information came out on July 15th. Now I want to point out something that they said there, and I think it was a little contradiction on their part. They're saying the best weapon is the vaccination, but they're still promoting the mask. So I believe the mask is still the best weapon, if you listen to what they're saying, because they're still pushing the masks. But that said, the vaccination is important too. Now this next one came out today, July 18th. So take a listen to this one.
Surgeon General expects more indoor mask mandates with Delta variant. More counties across the nation may follow Los Angeles' lead and impose indoor mask mandates as they battle new COVID-19 surges, caused by highly contagious Delta variant, U.S. Surgeon General Dr. Vivek Murthy said. Unfortunately, we are seeing rises, particularly among the unvaccinated, in many parts of the country now, Murthy said. Murthy said, with the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention's guidelines on masks, there's the flexibility for local officials to impose mandates to help control outbreaks. In areas where there are low numbers of vaccinated people, where cases are rising, it's very reasonable for counties to take more mitigation measures, like the mask rules coming out of LA, he said. And I anticipate that will happen in other parts of the country, and that's not contradictory to the guidances the CDC has issued. Los Angeles County restored its indoor mask mandate on Saturday, even for those who have been vaccinated against the virus. This is an all-hands-on-deck moment, said the country's public health officer, Dr. Muntu Davis, adding that there had been more than 1,000 new cases daily for a week and substantial community transmission. Across the country, around 97% of new cases are among unvaccinated people, and at least 58% of those cases were believed to have been caused by the contagious Delta variant.
This last news came out of New York this morning. And, I'm not trying to be an alarmist. Or maybe I am. Maybe I want you to be alarmed. Maybe I want you to know what's happening. Because I don't want you to become another statistic. We here in the disabled community, our immune systems are low to begin with. We're taking all kinds of medication, and we're susceptible to infections. And I don't want you to come down with this. I don't want your families or your friends to come down with this. That's why I'm not being preachy. But maybe I am. And I'm not trying to be a know-it-all. I'm just trying to protect you. Why? Because you're my friends. And I don't want to lose you. Not to something that's so stupid that you can protect yourself from. Now, you know all the guidelines. You know all the things that you can do to protect yourself. Wear a mask, wear the gloves, wash your hands frequently, clean what's coming into your house. They're so simple steps. And all you got to do is just do them. It's not like you're going out of your way. It's simple things that we did for a year. We did it for a year. It should be second nature still. Do them. Protect yourselves. Protect your family. Protect your friends. I keep on harping on this. We can still do virtual doctor's visits. You don't have to go out for that. You can do it right at your kitchen table, on your smartphone, on your computer. You can do a virtual doctor's visit. You can have your medication delivered to you. You can have food delivered to you. Your groceries can be delivered to you. I'm not saying you should quarantine yourself. You can still go outside, get some fresh air. But why be in public places if you don't have to be? And if you do have to be, keep up that social distancing. Keep the 6 feet apart, even if other people aren't. And don't be around people that don't have masks on. I know my wife, she goes into a local store. She may be the only one in there right now with a mask on, but she stays 6 feet apart from other people. And the same thing with me. I stay away from people that don't have masks on. And I hear it. I go to a doctor quite often because of all my problems. And I hear people at the doctor's office grumbling that they have to wear a mask. But that's still the law. Medical buildings, you have to wear a mask. Hospitals, you have to wear a mask. If you take public transportation in New York, you have to wear a mask. I believe that's anywhere. I think that's a federal law that if you go on public transportation, you have to wear a mask. And people are grumbling about it. I don't understand what is so hard about putting on a mask. It protects you and it protects those around you. But I'm asking you, please, continue to wear the mask. It takes so little to do. And if people look at you like you're strange, so be it. But at least you're protected. And keep in mind, you're protecting those people that are looking at you like you're strange. I don't understand. But wash your hands frequently. Clean the stuff that's coming into your house. Keep yourself and your family and your friends safe. That's all I ask. Like I said, I'm not trying to preach to you. I'm just trying to remind you. Okay? Let's move on here. I want to thank you for stopping by today, and please remember, wear your mask. And if you feel like it, stop by famousapple.com/group, join in the fun, and post a picture of yourself wearing your mask. Show them you're a warrior. And I want to remind you, my friends, things can always be worse. That's right. Right now, there's somebody somewhere wishing that they were in your position right now, so things can always be worse. I want to remind you, join us on Wednesday for the Vegan Possibility with my co-host, Erin Fernandez. You're going to love it. She's a lot of fun. She's a funny person. Hey, you've been listening to An Apple a Day. My name is Jimmy Apple. I'll talk to you on Wednesday. Have a great one, my friends.
Thanks for listening to An Apple a Day with Jimmy Apple, your gateway to a happy, healthy life. Join our community at www.famousapple.com. See you next time.